Hello, everyone. I'm Pilar Archila with Pure Gold. I have two dear friends here with me, and we have so much in common.
Yes.
We are from different countries, but we all speak Spanish.
Sí.
Yeah, exacto.
Sí, sí. We moved from our countries to the United States, and we're all U.S. citizens. How are you today?
Good, good. Thank you. Muy bien.
Okay, good.
I'm good. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, thank you for
in your
being
program.
here
Yes,
with
happy
me.
to be here. Thank you.
I have here with me Maria Williams, and I have here with me Dr. Raul Cubillas. This is a very exciting time of the year, I guess, for everybody, because we're getting closer to July 4th. And yes, we are from another country, but yes, for us, it's very important 4th of July, because we love this country like if it is our own. Yes, we are U.S. citizens.
Yes.
Yes.
Maria, where do you work?
I work for the Community Mental Health and Fairview Fitness Park here in Dublin.
I know, and you do the most wonderful classes and
Oh, thank you.
fitness classes and
All
Zumba
my-
and everything.
Everything I do is fun.
Yes,
I
of
do-
course.
I do Zumba classes, yoga classes, drumming classes, and art lessons for the Community Mental Health.
That is so, and you're an
Nice.
interpreter also.
Yes.
Yes, that's how we met through work, and it's been many years, but it's been a wonderful friendship,
Yes.
and I really appreciate that. And Dr. Cubillas, Raul, our friend Raul, where do you work?
I work at Gastroenterology Associates of Dublin. I'm one of the physicians there. I'm a gastroenterologist, also a hepatologist, and I've been there for almost 7 years now, just providing service to patients that have issues related to their digestive system. It's been really nice so far.
That is so interesting too. Oh my gosh. Why you end up in the United States, Maria?
Because of love. Love brought me here.
Yes, yes.
I met my husband, Elton Williams. He's from here, from the United States, from Eastman, Georgia.
Ah,
And he was working for Blue Bear Company, where they build the school buses.
oh yeah.
And they sent him to work to Mexico for a year because Blue Bear opened a plant in Mexico.
Okay.
So we met in Mexico and we fell in love, and I came here with him.
That is just wonderful. And what about you?
I came here. I was born and raised in Peru,
Yes.
and I came here in 2001 to continue my training in medicine. I did medical school in Peru, and then early on in medical school, I have always the thought and the idea of coming here to the United States to do my specialties. And I was, through a lot of hard work and different examinations, I was lucky and blessed to be accepted in the United States to do my training in internal medicine first, and then my fellowship in gastroenterology. My story is a little different from Maria. I didn't come because of love, but I actually found love here.
Ah.
In the United States, where I met my wife. We met in Dallas, and I'm blessed too. I'm
Yes,
really blessed, and I'm
to have
always
met
grateful
her.
to this country for giving me the chance of meeting my wife here.
Yes, and I need to add, his wife is from Colombia.
Yes, she's from Colombia.
Yes. Well, my story is a little bit different than the two of you. I met my husband in Colombia, and he was also Colombian. And because of security reasons, we had to leave the country. Now, I was just dating him. I was in high school when I met him, but he was leaving. He was moving to United States, but he said, I'm not moving unless I go with Pilar. And we were just kids, but we ended up getting married and moving with his family, and we all moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And as a newlyweds, I did not speak English. He didn't either. He was studying architecture in Colombia, and I had just finished high school. So it's three different stories and three different reasons why we moved here, but we're all here, and I would love to know, of course, your husband is from Eastman, and that's why you end up in Eastman.
Yes.
Have you been in Eastman all this time?
Yes, we've been married in November, will be 21 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And that's where he lived when I came here, and we still in the same place.
Now, Maria, when you decide to become a U.S. citizen?
I took the test in 2009.
Okay.
I came here in 1996.
Yeah, we have to wait, for those who do not know, we have to wait 5 years.
Yes.
I guess we have, it's a residence visa. And after 5 years as a resident, we can apply for citizenship. So you waited your time and you applied, you passed the test. Let me tell you, the test is not easy.
It's not. You have to study a lot.
It's not easy. You have to study. I mean, if you don't study,
You don't pass the
pass
test. And I've seen people who do not pass the test.
Yes.
Actually, my mother just recently passed her citizenship test, but when she was doing her test, it was another guy who did not pass the test, and he was very upset.
Yes.
And my mom was very happy, and I was.
Yes, congratulations to
I
her.
know,
Congratulations to your mom. Yeah.
Yes, she's a U.S. citizen now.
Good.
What about you, Raul? When did you decide to?
Since I moved to this country, I always had in mind to become a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
I first moved to the United States in 2001, initially in Dallas, and then my wife and I met in Dallas. We got married there, and we moved here to Dublin in 2010. So the process started basically with, first I came with a, long story short, in my case, you come with a training visa because I'm doing my specialty in medicine.
Right.
After that, you can get a working visa.
Yes.
After a number of years on a working visa, you can become a resident.
That's right.
And after a number of years as a resident, then you can apply for citizenship.
For citizenship.
So all the process took a long time, and finally became a citizen in April of 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was nice, when you apply, and even though the examination, if you don't study, you have a low chance of passing it. I mean, studying it is very entertaining. You get to learn a lot of things about about the United States, about the history, about law. Remember, when you apply, they give you this CD that you can put in the car.
Yes.
And the book.
And the book, and basically all the time you're in the car, the days before the exam, you're just listening and learning, and it was a very nice experience. I have to say, I enjoyed a lot studying for the exam, and luckily I did well on my examination.
Yeah, I became a U.S. citizen, I think it was in 1986. I mean, and again, 100 questions, and I learned all my questions, but it was so nice to, I think it was a couple of years ago when my mom became a U.S. citizen, helping her to study. And we used to walk and take long walks, and I used to take the book and ask the questions to her and remember, all the questions. And I've seen shows, seriously, where they ask a lot of people out there the questions that we had to learn, and a lot of people do not know the answers.
Yeah.
So
for my wife and I, was a similar story. My wife became a citizen before I did, so I helped her to study with the test, and when it was my turn, she helped me. She asked me the questions, and I answered the questions. So it was a nice thing, a nice thing that something to share with my wife. Just study to become a citizen.
Yes, that's very interesting. Well, I think we're gonna take a very short break, and please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's my favorite time of year, because it's time for a bad boy.
Power, performance, cut. A better mower at a better price. And it's all Bad Boy. Industry-leading innovation with our patented Easy Ride system and swing-away design built right in. It's a better mower any way you cut it. 747 cc's, 60-inch cut, $49.99.
Classic American muscle and a blast to drive. That's Bad Boy, baby. Mow with an attitude.
See Cullen Supply and Engine Service, your Bad Boy dealer. Portions of this program are brought to you in part by Fairview Park Hospital, a leader in healthcare for Dublin, Lawrence, and surrounding communities. Providing community healthcare services, including 24-hour emergency room.
Thank you for staying with us. We're having a real nice conversation with dear friends. And we're talking about citizenship and talking about living in the United States, coming from different countries, and being a U.S. citizen. I'm here with Dr. Raul Cubillas and with Maria Williams. And I'm going to ask Raul, why is it important to be a U.S. citizen?
I think being a U.S. citizen, in my opinion, is kind of a culmination of a process of being here in the United States. It's a way to, you basically feel that you are more part of this country than if you wouldn't be a citizen. I don't know, it also gives you the chance of sharing with other people the same rights. For example, for me it was so nice and so exciting to vote for the first time.
Oh yes.
I really, that's one of the things I've liked the most since I became a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Some of the other things that I really like about becoming a U.S. citizen, it's just, you have a feeling that you keep having the opportunities, and it also gives you a sense of security as well.
Right, yeah, and that you belong somewhere. I mean, that you're here. And what about you, Maria?
Well, I feel more security because you work so hard and you want to be sure that nobody's going to take that away from you.
Absolutely.
So I feel like for me that was a big thing. And my daughters, both of my daughters were born in Mexico. I brought them here when they were 5 and 6 years old. And for them, it was their prize after they finished with their careers.
Yeah.
I told them, I'm not going to pay because you have to pay a big amount of money to take that test too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I told them it's going to be your gift when you gave me that diploma.
Yes, that is wonderful.
Now one is has a master in occupational therapy, and the other one is a doctor in physical therapy.
Wow.
And they got their citizenship.
Maria, that is just wonderful.
It's great. It's probably one of the best gifts that you can give to
Yes. Yeah.
your daughters.
In my case, my children were born here. And they, of course, born here, they're U.S. citizens. But I wanted to also, having children here and being a resident and working here, I wanted to be also a U.S. citizen just like my children. And I mentioned that I did not speak any English, so I learned English. And I always wanted to know what, my children are talking with friends and teachers and conferences. So it was like something that needed to be done, and we did it. And as soon as I had my citizenship in my hands, we went on a cruise to celebrate, just my husband and I. And it was just wonderful to celebrate. It was funny. Maria was telling me that she went on a boat.
Yes, because I was also excited about being a citizen, and I remember where I celebrate my first birthday, July,
Yes.
on a lake, on a
Yes.
boat, not a cruise, a boat. But it was beautiful because around this lake was a lot of night houses, and
Yes.
everybody was like
Yeah, the
doing
fireworks.
the fireworks at their houses.
Yes.
And they have like a parade on the water, like a 4th of July parade on the water.
Oh, that is
at the
nice.
lake.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, that is something that I lived in Dallas before, but in general, I've only lived in 2 places in the United States, Dallas and Dublin. But the patriotism you see on the 4th of July and the celebrations, they are shared everywhere.
Fills your heart.
It's always it's really nice. Over there, there was also a parade. There were fireworks, and people will get together and sit on a yard and enjoy the fireworks. As it's basically something that you could see happening all over the country, and that's something very nice.
I
that all people share
remember,
this-
the 4th of
this feeling.
July, one time returning from Colombia, and the flight arrives like in the evening, and I remember arriving in Atlanta, and I remember seeing from the airplane the fireworks, and I promise you, it's this amazing feeling, and I know all of you know what we are talking about because you feel the same. The 4th of July. It's a very loving feeling for this country.
Yes.
Yeah, and yes, we were not born here, but we love this country like if it was our own.
Oh,
We
yeah,
do.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Any interesting or any stories about, after being a U.S. citizen that you can think about? Things that you are able to do that you could not have done before? Anything?
Well, in general, as I mentioned, to me, voting
Right.
is one of the most probably one of the most exciting things that I have done since becoming a citizen. There's some difference between being a resident and a citizen,
Oh yeah.
but one of the main differences is that as a resident you can vote.
Right. Absolutely.
So and that was something that I really enjoyed my first time voting. Doing the line and getting through the whole process was a new experience to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think for my daughters mainly made a big difference.
Oh
because
yes.
I told my daughters, when you're not a citizen, you have to be like a perfect person
Yeah. Yeah.
because you don't have to have any problems with the law.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the reasons why I did not get them their citizenship
Prior.
or prior they have their degrees,
Right.
because I kind of keep them scared. You all have to be perfect. You all have to behave. If not, you're gonna be deported.
But let me tell you, your daughters are wonderful.
Thank you.
And they're,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
are.
seriously close to perfection.
Thank you.
They're wonderful, good girls.
Yeah,
And it shows. I mean, it shows that they have a wonderful mother
Thank
and a
you,
wonderful
thank you.
father. Yeah.
Well, for me was a tool that I used
Yes.
to
To keep them
keep
in
them
line.
in a good road.
In line.
In line.
Yeah, I remember I was going to teach a class one time in this company here in Dublin, but one of the things that they said is that I have to be a U.S. citizen in order to walk into that plant. And I was like very glad that I was a U.S. citizen and able to teach that class. I wanted badly to teach that class. And when they said, I mean, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you cannot come in here. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I am here, I'm a U.S. citizen, so it was nice.
I'm really grateful to this country because I feel that the way I've been treated here, the way I've been welcomed here, hasn't changed even when I was not a citizen.
Exactly.
Until now. So I'm so grateful that there hasn't, people don't see me different, or people don't treat me different as being somebody who came with an initial, training visa,
Yes.
where I was not a citizen. Same thing as a resident. I felt, welcome, especially in this town, that I feel really welcome, very warm people, kind people. And now that I'm a citizen, luckily for me, things, I feel that things haven't changed. And I'm so grateful to this country because of that. But definitely being a citizen, as Maria said, it could give you some advantages in certain things. As you said, there are some some jobs that they have specific regulations. You have to be a citizen.
Right.
In some situations, it's okay to be a resident or a citizen. But still, being a citizen gives you a sense of security, as you said, different sensation. And to me, it's just a fulfillment of finishing all this immigration process. When I first came, I always had that in mind, that it's just you have to wait certain times to be able to become a resident, then to become a citizen. And luckily, as you said, you have to behave, you have to be a good person. And luckily that was the case, and I was allowed to apply. And luckily, I was able to become a resident first and then a citizen.
And do the whole process.
Do the whole process, yes.
And you know what? Being a U.S. citizen opened the doors for us to go to other countries that do not require a visa for U.S. citizens. So, I mean, in Europe, you can travel basically anywhere.
Yes.
But we're going to take another short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've worked in kitchens, bars, and I saw a lot of bad decisions and good decisions, and decided that I was ready to do it. And I wanted to go out on my own and see if I could, open a successful restaurant. There's definitely a Southern and definitely a Louisiana influence to it. I mean, I grew up in Louisiana, and I picked up the things in the kitchens that I worked in, or the restaurants that I worked in, and I used those things that I like the best. We're committed to using all natural, no hormone, no antibiotic, proteins, flours, any of our mixes, creating a better flavor profile in the food.
Being a new space in such a unique place in downtown Dublin, we had a great opportunity to really define the space and make it unique to what Rich's vision was. We were able to also provide a credit facility that allowed them to buy the equipment that they needed specific to this restaurant, and then also provide some operating capital to get them through the first year of operation. We're learning from Rich and Colby as much as they are receiving help from us, so we look at it as a partnership.
I essentially went into Kelly's office and said, hey, I got this idea. We just went through the financing process. They took a chance on me and gave me an opportunity, and we're still working with them. And Morris Bank's probably the best bank that I've dealt with. They know your name, they know what you're coming in for, and it's easy. It's easy to do business with them. If you have a good plan and you're goal-oriented and you can manage the process and you learn how to do that, ultimately you'll be successful. The future's good. We keep managing the process that we have and doing what we're doing now. The possibilities are endless.
All right, we're back, and I'm sitting here with Maria Williams and Dr. Raul Cubillas. And what is it that you like the best about living here, Maria?
Well, I come from a big city, Monterrey, Mexico, and for me it was a very different experience to come to a small town like Eastman. I live in the country,
Yes.
and when I just got here, I was feeling like this is like a vacation spot.
Yes.
There is no traffic. There's nobody around me.
It's
like
very peaceful.
Yes.
You can hear the birds sing.
Yes, and I have deer coming to my front
Yes,
porch.
yes, and she still does.
Yes. And I love that. I love that I have the comfort of the city, but living in the country, and it's very, very peaceful.
Yes.
And I love to work. I work mostly here in Dublin, and I love Dublin. I love all the people in Dublin. They're very sweet. And I'm so happy because every job that I have, I love it. Like I said before, I have so much fun. Everything that I do is fun.
Yes.
So I feel like all my dreams came true because
Yeah.
I love to exercise, I love to dance, I love teaching art,
Yeah.
and I'm doing everything that I like, and I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah, there's nothing like loving what you do.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm very, very grateful to this country.
All right. What about Raul?
Yes, as Maria said, I'm very grateful to this country. One of the things that I like the most in general in living in the U.S. is that it gave me the chance to meet my wife.
Yes.
Probably I would have never come to this country. I would have never met my wife.
I know.
Also, I think that somehow we were going to meet at some point. But I met her when we were in Dallas, and then we moved here to Dublin. I really like being here in Dublin. I think the people here are great. They're warm, they're kind. They've welcomed us as in such a nice way.
Yes.
And I like the fact that, as Maria said, I work in a job that I love.
Yes.
I love being a physician. I love being a gastroenterologist. I like to interact with my patients, listen to their problems, their stories, and I'm also very, very thankful for that. And I think, I love my country. I'm from Peru, and I will always be Peruvian, and that's where my family is still at. But I love this country too, and it's given me an opportunity to grow personally and professionally.
Right.
And I moved here when I was 25. Even though at 25, sometimes you can consider yourself a mature person, but with all honesty, you are not there yet. But I think this country has helped me to develop as a person, and
Yeah.
I'm also very grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, this country gave me the most wonderful gift ever. Gave me my 3 sons, and they were born here, and they're, to me, the best that I can even ask for. I love working. I love my work here at TV 35, and I love working as an interpreter. And yes, like the two of you, I enjoy what I'm doing. I love Colombia, but I really, really love living here, and I love United States. And sitting here with my good friends, that's great. And Dublin had welcomed all of us, and
Yes.
we really appreciate that. And thank you so much. And the two of you, thank you so much. When I'm
Thank
having
you.
fun, goes
Thank
real
you.
fast.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah,
It's
I
been,
enjoy
it's
it.
been
I
such
enjoy it a
a
lot.
such
Yes,
a
me
pleasure to be
too.
here and tell people about our stories here.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here with me. And to all of you out there, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.